With the euphoria of the new year gradually wearing off, the citizens and government should have lined to put some effective strategies to ensure a sustainable environment where one can thrive. Joining us via Zoom is a performance strategist, Dr. Abiola Salami. Dr. Salami, good morning. It's good to have you join us at this time.
Good morning and Happy New Year to you. It's great to be here.
Happy New Year to you as well. Now, let's talk productivity. I know that a majority of Nigerians, beginning the year, they had looked at plans, New Year resolution, all of it. I want to make so amount this year. I want to be at the peak of my career this year. But at some point, we see that we begin to lose steam in the process of trying to push towards achieving these set goals, being productive and all of it. Talk to us, perhaps let's begin with, is it even in the first place right to set these goals, and how do we sustain the momentum to achieving productivity at the end of the day?
Fantastic question, and Happy New Year to everybody watching me right now.
Right.
It's a great year, and we all have hopes and aspirations. We have prayers because we want this year to be better than last year. As a religious country, a lot of churches have come with this year is my year of XYZ. A lot of other religious bodies as well have come up with different kinds of things they're using to inspire their members for greatness, for the new year. And the intention is to deliver peak performance. And at the core of that, one of the things we need to pay attention to is to actually truly set goals, to convert our wishes, hopes, and prayers, into goals, something that we have written down that we want to achieve. Not just what you have in your mind, not just what you wish for, but something that you have carefully taken time to write down. Now, why is it important to even set your goal? Because how do you even measure that you've achieved it in the first place? How do you measure your performance over a period of time? Many organizations in this country, they understand this, which is why in the beginning of the year, they set a target. They give everybody their responsibilities on what it is they're supposed to do based on get a KPI, so that periodically they monitor growth and the progress people are making. And now you ask that, how will we ensure that we don't lose steam? And one of the critical things we need to pay attention to is not to remain poor, P-O-O-R, and it's a code, for passing over opportunities repeatedly. Is to ensure that we don't pass over opportunities for learning and growth repeatedly, because there are things that may happen to us in the course of the year while you've set your best goal and you have the best of intention to pursue it. Things may happen because there are actually no guarantees about how the entire year will turn out. We have hope, and it's great to be positive, to have a positive mindset. I call hope holding on with a persistent expectation, to have that persistent positive expectation. But it's easy to lose steam when certain things start to happen, when bills start to come, when school fees increase, starts to happen, when different kinds of things start to happen, as we know in our country, which is why it's important that you don't pass over opportunities to learn. You don't pass over opportunities to plant yourself in a group of forward-thinking people that can always inspire you so that you don't expire when these things happen.
So looking at all you have said down regarding goal setting and all the likes, now is it important, or how important is it to break down our goals into bits and pieces? Does it mean that even if we break them down, it becomes cumbersome, or it helps us work in alignment? How important?
Great question. Great question. And what a lot of us do erroneously is we have a goal, and then we assume that this goal is what we want to achieve by December 31st. Without realizing that it is important for us to break it down so we can take baby steps towards it. You break it down so that you can monitor progress as well. So let us just put a figure to it. Let us say that someone in the studio today has said that, this year I want to have savings of up to 100 million naira by the end of, by 31st of December. Now, waiting till 31st of December, you may probably not achieve that goal. But if you break down that 100 million, saying that, okay, it means in January, I will have 1/12 of 100 million. In February, in March, till the end of the year. And then in January, you're doing your best to make sure that you get 1/12 of that. If you don't get 1/12 of that, you're getting into February, then you're asking yourself, What can I do better? What did I get into that stopped me from achieving this goal? And then you can recalibrate, reset your goal. And as you continue to monitor progress, you may be shocked to realize that you will have more than the 100 million that you have set as your goal because you've taken these principles of one, breaking it down, two, monitoring your progress, three, which is critical, which is very important, not passing over opportunities repeatedly, opportunity for growth, opportunity for learning, opportunities for planting yourself within a group of forward-thinking people who are set to deliver excellence in 2024.
Now, you've been hammering on something that I'd like for you to expatiate on, which is not passing over opportunities for growth. Some persons cannot identify these opportunities. Some identify and just wonder, what's the need? It's not priority at this time. So talk to us, how do we make judicious use of opportunities when we find them? That's for those who can identify them. And then how can you identify these opportunities?
Great question. There are opportunities around us, opportunities for learning around us. Earlier, there was a gentleman, talking about AI, and Google is available to every one of us to learn whatever it is that we want to learn. That is an easy opportunity. But, it is said that if you want to hide something from an African, hide it in a book, And the more I engage with our world, the more I see how true this is. Because you even realize that there are a lot of seemingly smart people, educated people, that the last time they read any book on their personal development was maybe 10 years ago, right? So that is one opportunity for growth, which is buy books, for that area of development, buy books on finances if you want to grow your money, buy books on your health if it's about health, buy books on how to run a business effectively if it's about that, buy books on communication skills if it is about that, right? That is one opportunity. So you can even not buy, you can learn, you can watch videos on YouTube around this. That's another opportunity. Books, videos that you watch on YouTube for free is another opportunity, right? And then attending seminars is another great opportunity. And there are times that people will say, you talk about priority the other time, you discover that people are not willing to invest in their growth, but they are willing to invest in other things. And then they don't achieve the goal at the end of the day, then they blame the government, or they blame their parents. I'm talking about an adult, 40-something-year-old person that's still blaming his or her parents. They blame their parents, they look for who else to blame without realizing that they did not take the personal responsibility to invest in their growth. None of us is smart. Every one of us, we are smart as the influences we subject ourselves to. And attending a program, that will orient you and teach you about goal setting and show you the gaps, in your business to equip you is a great way to ensure that you influence yourself positively. And of course, another opportunity is the kind of people you have around you that influence you. Your friends, the fact that somebody is your bestie doesn't mean the person, it is there to help you and support you. Doesn't even mean the person has the capacity or the mindset to help you carry through. So you want to ensure that you plant yourself, around opportunities. The opportunities are available. A lot of us, our phones are even smarter than us because we don't know how to use our phone to help us to grow. We do every other thing with the phone apart from growth. So these are opportunities, available. And let me carefully also say that one of such opportunities is a platform, that we provided. We're bringing professionals together, and TVC is a great partner with us on this. Thank you to TVC supporting growth all the way for Nigerians. We have a platform tomorrow. We call it Rock Your 2024 Like a Champion, where we will orient people, on how to set goals, the gaps, the business knowledge they need to acquire so that they grow their profitability, the workplace knowledge they need to have so that they get promoted in their workspace. Some people, they've not been promoted in 18 months, in 24 months. And let nobody blame it on anyone else. It is you. You need to take personal responsibility for your growth.
So we are in a situation whereby the issues of life affects us, and it becomes easily difficult to think about growth when you have problems here and there. Like you mentioned earlier, school fees, feeding, and you go to the market today, the price of food has increased, the next day it happens again, and all whatnot. How possible is it for us to sit down and become productive in every area we decide to lay our hands on?
Again, great question. You see, the challenge we have most times is we focus on what we cannot control instead of focusing on what we can control. You don't have control over the price of food in the market. You don't have control over the fuel price. You don't have control over the hike in school fees. You don't have control over all of those things. But we bring them to our minds and they start to, we get worried and we get depressed by it. Instead of focusing on what we can do. What can you do? How can you increase your income? What you can do? How can you improve your skills so that you increase your income? How can you improve your skills so that you can identify business opportunities so you can grow your income? But rather we focus on the things we can't control instead of focusing on the things we can control. What you can control is your growth and positioning yourself for better opportunities, so that you can earn more, regardless of whatever is going on, so that you can earn more, to pay your bills. And you see, the moment you are not planted in the right circle, which is part of what we are doing with Rock 2024 Like a Champion, the moment you are not planted in the right circle, all the news, all the things coming into your mind, all the things you are facing in the marketplace, they are potent enough to depress you. And no matter how excited you are in the beginning of the year, you will lose steam. So every one of us, we're in the same market. Well, some of us are not losing steam, not because we're not facing the same challenges. It is because we've planted ourselves in circles that can continue to inspire us so that we can continue to increase our revenue, so that we can add more value to our country as well.
Now, that's the part my next question is coming from, talking about planting yourself in circle and also ensuring accountability. How critical is that? Because if you are not being accountable to these persons, you may not necessarily grow as it is. So let's look at the matter of accountability in such groups and how it helps one grow.
Okay, great question. So accountability. One of the things we're doing with Rock 2024 Like a Champion is not just bringing people together to teach them and to tell them what to do. It's to ensure that we monitor your progress within the first quarter. We'll put you in groups that you have to be accountable. We have a process in place, where you need to continue to give reports of what you're doing periodically so that we can help you grow. See, we understand that there are things happening on the outside of us that is affecting every one of us. But how can you fortify yourself that despite all that is going on around you, it doesn't get inside you and cripple your possibilities? So accountability is critical. None of us is smart, like as I said earlier. We're all as smart as the influences we subject ourselves to. I mean, there's somebody watching this now who some years ago set a goal about going to the gym, every week. And the person said that goal like 5 years ago. And it has never happened for the person to go every week. Somebody will say, oh, this year I will lose weight, and they've been saying that thing for the past 10 years. And then rather than the weight going down, the weight is just increasing. It is because of lack of accountability. And we have put this together in Rock 2024 Like a Champion to help you achieve those goals, whether it is weight loss, whether it's career growth, whether it is business expansion, whether it is more money in your bank, whether it's finding that husband or finding that wife. We have put this in place to help you.
Okay, so I'm trying to bring something home now. I'm sure you watched the game yesterday. Right.
So, up Nigeria.
So looking at the first game and yesterday, what was the missing link now? I'm trying to bring this home to us, to our people. Everybody identifies with sports, especially football. What was the missing link from the first game till yesterday?
Well, I am not a sports analyst.
I know, yes. Based on productivity that we have talked about.
I'm not a sport analyst, but what I would just say is that it is important, and I think the Super Eagles performance is a great analogy for us in the year. That the fact that you failed in your first attempt doesn't mean you cannot regroup, refire, and win again. And I think that's inspiration we can take from this. That yes, your very first outing, it was a dismal performance, and then you came out again. So we can bounce back. So whatever has happened to you 2023, 2022 backwards, let's gain some inspiration from the performance of our dear Super Eagles and come in 2024 to deliver greatness. And to deliver that greatness, it is important that you don't pass over opportunities for growth and to plant yourself in a group. And that's what Rock 2024 Like a Champion is all about.
All right, so now talk to us about this Rock 2024. You've been mentioning it over and over and over. Talk to us, who are the speakers, what it is about. You've talked about those who are perhaps looking for that husband Are they going to find them there, or you are going to point to them
Now,
the direction they should go in search of the
I
husband?
like what you just said. Now, are they going to find them there? Please don't tell anybody what I'm about to say to you.
Okay.
There are some amazing gentlemen coming there
Right.
tomorrow. Amazing gentlemen. I also discovered that there's some beautiful ladies, coming there tomorrow. They are single. So don't tell anybody. I said,
Veronica doesn't have to tell anybody. You've told everybody already.
but in addition to that,
Right.
so it's a great platform. We're having the distinguished Mr. Austin Avuru, who will be sharing thoughts with people on his entrepreneurial journey that we can get inspired by. Is a trillionaire, by the way. We'll be having Mr. Ike Chioke, Dr. Ike Chioke, the group managing director of AfriInvest. These are the caliber of people that are showing up. We're having Dr. Obadare, Adewale Peter Obadare, who is the most credentialed African in cybersecurity, who's also a billionaire, by the way. Will be coming to share insights, sharing their stories. And of course, you have your boy, Dr. Abiola Salami, who will be sharing insights with you on how to deliver peak performance. And then there's some very top people, C-level executives from banks, C-level executives, oil and gas, who will be there. So it's a great networking opportunity.
So quickly, how can people be a part of this event tomorrow?
Easy. Send us a mail now to hello@abiolachamp.com. hello@abiolachamp.com. There's a lady, her name is Priska. She'll be willing to respond to you immediately. hello@abiolachamp.com. And you can follow me on all social media platforms @abiolachamp and send a DM there.
All right, that is where we will be wrapping up our conversation. But we must thank you, Dr. Abiola Salami, performance strategist. Thank you for your time on the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Right. Now, let's quickly talk football. Nigeria took a huge step towards